says live. Is it live? It looks live. You're live. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm here in the Gold Coast, as you can see. I'm at an event I've been helping to set up. It's an event called by Masslands. So it's on option deals and how to learn how to do an option deal. Today what I wanted to do is tell you a bit about what I've just talked about there about building an audience, getting another $50,000 out of your next development and how you might be able to do that. So also if you've got any questions then feel free to ask me also. Right now Karina there, Brett, hello Bree, how are you? So a lot of the times what I do is I get calls from people or I'll get messages from people asking me for some advice, and those are the type of things that I don't really think about every day, but I realize that I've got some knowledge there to share with people. And so those are the calls that I really like, and I can obviously use those calls and tell you about the solutions that I came up with. Hi Julie. So look, during this I'm going to talk a little bit about that first, but then you can also ask me questions. Hopefully I'll be able to see them on the side of the screen here. Hi Luke. So let's talk about that, about how would you make an extra 50K out of a development that you're on or your next development. Now this can apply to many things. It can apply to subdivisions, it can apply to renovations or developments. What I find is that when I first started doing these developments, I did them quite small, and I kind of took the best price that the builder gave me, and I had a look at what type of things that he was going to supply for that price. And then I realized that you could actually go back and supply a lot of that product yourself, or you could do things in different ways to save money. So I always tell people, especially going right back to my renovations days, that I made a lot of money by saving on materials and doing things a little bit differently. So that's one of the things that I was talking to someone today and had a great chat with him, great guy, and he was talking to me about developments and about what he just did. And I said to him, imagine if you could do exactly the same thing as what you just did there, but make an extra 50K really easily. And so it was obviously, well, how would I do that? So the easiest way that you do it is you do it by looking at everything that you paid for. And what I mean here is your tiles, your carpets, your floorboards, your taps, your bathtubs, your toilets. All these type of things will have a cost to them. Most of the builders just factor them in. They say, well, got $150 here to spend on a toilet, or $300 for a toilet. And so they go to their builder's discount place and they get that toilet price for them, and they put that toilet in. But a lot of the builders will say that you've got an allowance, and they will also let you go away and source that same type of product for your own sourcing, as long as it has a good warranty on it, and put that into your development, whether it's a renovation or a build or whatever it is. So I remember when I go back to the renovation days, when we had to strip a whole place out and replace the floorboards, the ceiling, the kitchen, the bathroom, the light fittings. All these little things are things that are individual pricing for different things. So your floorboards, you might be getting them for $60 or $80 or something like that for a square meter. So then you might do that development, and I'm talking about when you've already currently done a development. What I would say is, here's one thing you can do. Look at something that you've already finished and see what you paid for the individual items. So this might even be on a home build or something. So have a look at, maybe there's a Corona toilet. You know what model it is, you know the dimensions of it, you know what it looks like. Now what you can do is set a challenge to yourself and go away and try to find if you can get that toilet cheaper somewhere, or wholesaled somewhere cheaper. So the way that I do this is that I go on yellowpages.com.au. That's it, yellowpages.com.au. I go on there and I type in bathroom supplies. and I'll get a whole list. I'll come on the yellow pages there, and so I'll start and making little tabs for each one of those things that comes up under bathroom supplies. And then out of those tabs, I will copy and paste the name of the supplier and the website, and I'll put that onto a spreadsheet. So I'll end up with a spreadsheet with about 25 names on it or something like that, and I'll have the websites there. And so what I'll do with the websites, if they're going to email straight on yellow pages, great. If they don't, then I will quickly do this quick thing where I will click their website. I'll go right down the bottom of the page where I can find contact, and I'll try to grab their email address. I'll just keep adding them to the spreadsheet. Then what happens is I've got all these contact details of everyone. And so what happens is that with the contact details, what I'll do is I will suddenly write an email out. I've got a lot of people joining me now. Tristan, Jason, Michael, hi guys. So what I'll do is I will go through and I'll send a BCC. Now, if someone doesn't know what a BCC email is, it's a blank carbon copy. So what that means is I can copy all their email addresses and put them on the BCC. Just copy and paste, put them in BCC. These are all the bathroom suppliers. Then I'll have a photo of that toilet and I'll attach the photo there. I'll actually measure up the toilet and put the dimensions there. I will get the brand name if I can, and I'll put the brand name on there as well. I want to give them as much information as possible. I don't want to email back and forth type of thing. And then on that email, I will say to them, this is the toilet. I am a project manager working for some investors. We're looking for some new suppliers. What is the best price you can do on this particular toilet? And then what I'm going to get back, I'll put a subject line in there. Corona toilet quoting, something like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a whole lot of emails back to me. And then those emails that will come back to me will be, most of the time they'll just go reply. So when they go reply, what it will have there is it will just have the subject there so I can quickly sort out those emails and file them all in one place there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a whole lot of these people come back to me saying, oh, we supply this for $130, this is how much we cost to fit. We can do this for $180, blah, blah, blah. So then I'll end up doing another spreadsheet and adding these type of costs on for that particular toilet. Very quickly, I'm going to find out what is the true wholesale price of that toilet. I'm talking toilet here, but this is taps, this is everything. So think about maybe the last renovation you did or the last build that you did. You know all the materials there. You've seen them. You've even seen the boxes that they came in. And I'm a mad person whenever I go on a site or someone else's site. I'm always taking snapshots of their boxes to try and find out maybe they're getting a better deal than I am. So another little trick there. But what I'm going to be doing is, the idea is there's a few things here. When I'm on my next job, I should be able to go through and talk to the builder and say, what's my allowance for a toilet? So with that allowance, what I'm going to be doing is they might say it's $300 or something. And then I can say, well, here's a supplier here, a wholesale supplier, $150 I can get this for. It's a warranty. Do you mind using this guy? And then we can upgrade the basin or something, or upgrade the bathtub or something like that. So you can either make the savings or you can upgrade certain places. I would like to take time driving around, time sourcing parts. In the end, it took up a lot of my own time. If there was a warranty issue, I'd have to go to the other side of town. So this is someone that said to me, it's a time consuming. So when I see that comment, I think, well, this type of list that you have will last you forever, and you'll build up the suppliers. If I interpreted that question right, you'll build up the supplier lists. You'll develop a relationship with those suppliers, and especially when you start seeing someone with good pricing. And remember, this is just getting emails back. It's your choice at the end of the day whether you want to deal with these people or not. But the power it gives you is you're building up a contact list also. So when it does come for tendering for certain things, again, if they're bathroom suppliers, and you can say, okay, I need this many taps, I need this and this, what can you supply it for? Tiles are a big way to save money. Obviously, you don't want a cheaper tile. You don't want a grey import from overseas or anything. You want an Australian company that's importing them and they can give you warranty. So look, this is a way that I know that we've actually made that money on a development, or we've made that money on a renovation, where when we calculated all the costs up, because the saving that we did might have been 50% of what we'd have to do if we just took the first price. It comes the same thing with quoting. Here's another example, right? I've got a site at the moment. It's got 2 trees on it. Before we go to DA, we've asked the owner to remove the trees, because you are allowed to remove the trees there, but it would be a hell of a lot easier while he just has a house and there's no DA going on to remove the trees. It's not illegal. They're not protected trees, anything like that. So why would I do that? Because as soon as I hit the DA stage, everyone's looking at the property and maybe people are going to complain about it or something. So what I have to do is get these 2 big trees moved. They're about 5 meters tall. I have taken pictures of them. I kind of guessed about them, measured them up, what they'd be, took some photos about access in and out, and then I've gone to Yellow Pages, got all the tree loopers there, and I've said, what will this cost to remove? I've given them as much information I think as possible there for them to be able to quote for it. So in the end, I did this 2012 or something like this, or I can't remember. I probably did it probably sooner than like 2 years ago when I needed some bamboo cut down. The cost for bamboo cutting went from $4,000 doing this method down to $440. So it was just astronomical, the amount of cost saving I could see in that. The other thing was that same guy that quoted me $440, now 3 years later, I am sending them another email, the same email that has that I did those 3 years ago, so he kind of sees that I'm coming back to him, and for these 2 trees to be removed was like $700. That's what he could do it for, and everyone else is $2,000. So it does help in the long term. Sean, it probably doesn't happen often, but will a builder replace an item for you for free, for example, if you supplied it? Well, I am actually in this case telling the builder where to get it from, or I can get it delivered to him, whatever, but it's got a warranty to it. They don't want to deal with shonky people, but often, hi Craig, Kylie, Tracy, Daniel, I've had builders turn around to me and go, you can get those floorboards for $60 a square meter. That's amazing. I don't even know you could get floorboards like that. So the builders are actually really happy. They don't have time to do this. So look, it's a discussion you're going to have with your builder, but it is a very good discussion to have with them. They might be, really, they can do 2 things, right? They can say, no, I got to supply it all myself. And then by them saying, okay, I've got to supply it myself, this toilet, and it's no less than $290, that's the cheapest price. And then you've got all this big list of emails that says that toilet is really $150 wholesale or something. Then you're kind of a bit smarter than the builder here, knowing about, okay, are they really starting to overcharge me for these things, and should I maybe not use that builder? Should I bring it up with them, So this is a small tip, something that saved me a lot of money and continually makes me money these days. So I thought I'd share that with you. People have asked me this question. There's a lot of other questions, which I'm sure I'll turn into some more live ones there. Hi, Anne, Russell. So I also said here, if anyone had any questions, and I had a few questions there, I hope I've covered them. If I haven't, look, you're my Facebook friend, just send me a private message. I'll do my best. Any tips for sourcing regional properties? Okay, so there's a question there. Look, I use RP data. I'll find someone that has been in the property for a long time. And those are the properties that I want to kind of attack straight away. The properties that people have been in for a long time. Those are the first ones. Regional properties. If we're talking regional properties, hi Tim, what I normally find when I've done regional stuff is that I actually want the properties closest to the town. So I want them 2 streets away from the town. That's something that Cherie Barber also says, that I think I probably picked up from her. Not the property, the products, okay. Regional, well, look, you might be able to ship them in. Regional might be a bit different, but it doesn't stop you. Regional, you know where you save money regional? Hi, Wayne, Carl. Where you save money regional more is on quotes. And if I'm upfront with the people, especially when I'm doing regional services, and I say to them, look, I'm the project manager for this, I need to source some quotes, can you help me out? I represent quite a few investors in the area. What's the best deal you can do me? Then I'll often, yeah, it can work. I know that when I've done mine out at Narandra, I've gone to Leeton, I've got prices on certain things. I've even gone to wholesales around. You know, there's a lot of factories out of regional too. So yeah, I think for products that could possibly work there also. So look, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm in the, it's got pretty dark now out there, but that's not a bad view for tonight. So tomorrow I'm really going to try to meet as many people as I can and connect with some people here at Mark Rolton's conference, because he's teaching them how to do options. And these are the type of people that I really want to get close to. Mark Rolton is probably the best at teaching option courses. If you're interested in it, why not go and do it? What I want is I want to get out there and let everyone know there that I'm happy to buy an option off them. So, hi Cara, Julian, great to see you guys. Julie. So look, I'm going to sign out now. I need some rest, and send me any messages. Really enjoying this interaction I've got with people here. And, you know, it's really rewarding to me that I might be able to inspire people out there. I've had a lot of people come back to me and say, look, you inspired me. And so that's why I want to keep doing this. So who is Mark and how do we get his details? So, Mark Rolton. Okay, well, just Google him. Knowledge Source is where you'll find his course. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, of course, you can give them a call. Yeah, there we go. Michael, Daniel, Brett. All right, signing off, guys. Send me any messages. Take care of each other. Make sure that you're waking up early in the morning, doing that exercise, getting that brain circulation going. Bye.